Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm gonna do a review on another album from 2017, a very mainstream pop album that I would enjoy and I would be more than happy to talk about, and that is Taylor Swift's Reputation. So Taylor Swift, come on, you know who she is. She is from the USA. She's really famous for her pop songs throughout the years of the 2000s and 2010s. I listened to a couple of her records before this album, and I think it's kind of mediocre. It's meh, and there's a lot of flaws in her music. The following things I'm going to say about her and her album is doesn't mean that I hate her, but I'm just being honest, and I don't want to pretend that I'm super happy about this album, and I want to speak up because a lot of people, a lot of people in my generation right now is very blind in choosing over music. I'm not saying that I'm some hipster or anything, but I'm just saying that it would be cool if people would, tell others their opinion a little bit more and share. So I'm gonna talk about this album anyway. So Taylor Swift released Reputation. So before, her albums are mostly very poppy albums full of love songs. In fact, the entire track listing are love songs about breaking up, getting back together again, and all sorts of having a crush, blah 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 blah. You know the drill. And all of her albums back then were albums that are there just to get attention, try to appeal to the young audiences, and trying to climb the Billboard charts and win some Grammy Awards, maybe. By the way, I will never forget that Taylor Swift's 1989 won over Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. But, just my opinion. Anyway, she tries to be darker and more fearsome and scarier and edgier on this album. When she released Look What You Made Me Do, which is the first single she released from this album, everyone knows something's up, something's wrong. Oh my gosh, Taylor Swift has changed. Oh my gosh. But honestly, who cares? What's the big deal? Like, Taylor Swift tried to be darker and edgier, but so what? Everyone tries to be that. She's not the first one. You can check out Britney Spears or The Weeknd, and many other pop artists, mainstream pop artists, have tried to be edgier and darker in some songs or an entire album, and I think everyone wants to be darker and edgier for a period of time or forever, and that's why Taylor Swift's decision to be edgy and dark and woo, I'm so cool, is it's kind of dumb and shallow. And despite being that way, there is still a handful of love songs, of redundant and mediocre love songs all over the album about getting together, breaking up, blah 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 blah. And yeah, I guess she has come out with this album, and she's always talking about her reputation hitting rock bottom. Oh my gosh, and there's so much drama. Oh my gosh, I'm sucking in all the pains. I'm suffering, and that's what makes me so powerful. Like, she hates on this album, like, lyrically. It's like she hates drama and she hates having her reputation kind of in rock bottom, but ironically, it also sounds like she's obsessed with drama and she loves getting attention by creating more drama. And throughout the years, She has filed lawsuits and accused a lot of people for doing really normal and right things. So it's really ironic, isn't it? And come on, her reputation isn't really that bad right now comparing to people like Axl Rose or Kanye, I guess, and even celebrities right now like Jake Paul and Danielle Bergoli. Like, her reputation isn't that bad, but she has to make it sound like she's hitting rock bottom. Oh my gosh, she's ripping herself apart. Ooh. And for all these songs, she didn't really self-reflect and think about, what has she done and what can she do to change this fact. And that's why this album also feels lackluster and hollow and just not not quite complete. And I get it. Like, I get what Kanye West did to Taylor Swift. Like, many years ago, Kanye West called out Taylor Swift on stage, I think for VMA Awards, and and Kanye was like, "Hold on a second." But Beyonce's music video though, and Taylor Swift was like really pissed about it, but she doesn't show it, but she's actually butthurt. And yeah, that event could be interesting, I guess, could be really like controversial and hot and fiery. And yes, on that situation, Kanye West is the douchebag, is the wrong person, like is the person who did the wrong thing. And it is no need for Taylor Swift to fire back, because everyone knows that Kanye West is the bad person in that situation. But now it sounds like Taylor Swift is indirectly firing back, and that makes Taylor Swift just shallow, I guess. And then last year, Kanye West also released The Life of Pablo, which has some lyrics like, "I'ma still have sex. I and Taylor might still have sex, cause I made that bitch famous." And yeah, those lyrics might be interesting for a couple of days. And yeah, it's kind of cool. People kind of talk about it for a week after the albums or the songs release, but after that, no one really cares. So Taylor Swift holding this much grudge and anger and so much need for drama against Kanye West and maybe potentially Kim Kardashian just makes Taylor more dumb, and now she's like this 11 or 12-year-old girl that just thinks everyone hates her, because that's not really the truth, huh? So let's talk about the album itself.
Knew he was a killer, first time that I saw him. Wonder how many girls he had loved and left haunted.
The lyrics here are still very cringy and dumb. Like, most of them are just kids level, I guess. And again, Taylor Swift always talks about her drama and her people that hates her, and those helped her produce some of the worst lyrics she has ever come up with. The song "I Did Something Bad" has some terrible and random synth lines and some random samples just sprinkled across the song, and it's just so effortless and mindless. And also the song "Dress" is like this wallpaper song that's so mundane and insipid and forgettable, and it's basically a filler, I think. The song "Endgame" is a little bit interesting though, because it features Ed Sheeran and Future, which is a hideous collaboration in my opinion. It's not terrible, but it's just and over the times it really sounds moronic. This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things is also one of the most obnoxious and pretentious songs from this album. The song "King of My Heart" is also very, very repetitive and redundant with the overused auto-tunes. The song "Dancing with My Hands Tied" or "Our Hands Tied," I forgot the title, is also it was decent at first, but then the hook completely destroyed the song and buried it into the ground. I guess the song Don't Blame Me and So It Goes has some better tunes and instrumentals on it, and I think the song Getaway Car is one of the best songs on the album, just the album. It's not super good, but it's relatively better. It's more natural, it's tuneful, colorful, and a little bit more lively. And I also think the music on Delicate is more nocturnal, and it's also poppy and lovely. And the album Ender, New Year's Day, is one of the more natural and peaceful endings of a Taylor Swift album. Not that it's a good song, but it's at least you can hear, Taylor Swift is trying to end it in a more peaceful way. Oh, okay, I guess, okay. But the song, Look What You Made Me Do, is, it's hideous, it's horrendous, and ooh, look what you made me do, look what you made me do, look what you made me do, made me do, made me do, made me do. There goes my cringe glasses. And yeah, that is a terrible chorus because obviously Taylor Swift copied from someone else's chorus, I guess. I think it was, ooh, I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, or something like that. And this song, the only thing that makes this song sound like acceptable is that Taylor Swift actually copied from someone. So this song is just a very disappointing and definitely cringy song. And then there's this small section where Taylor Swift was like, ooh, the old Taylor is dead, the old Taylor is dead. The new Taylor is here, and she's about to kill you and show you how dark the world is.
I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh.
My gosh, like, I get it. Look, I get it. Everyone also wants to be new. Like, almost everyone has experienced this before, where they try to be happy and funny and innocent and nice, but people ending up laughing at them, and they try to be darker and edgier and more mature. But I get it. I've tried it too. I've also tried to act more like edgier and like more serious so that I could be more socially acceptable. But later I realized it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. It just makes you more cringy and immature and shallow, because people don't just change in a snap of a finger and suddenly become this super mature and epic and awesome person. It takes a lot of time to gradually change. It takes a lot of people around you to encourage you, and it takes a lot of time and effort to change into a more darker and more realistic person. So, old Taylor is dead. Come on. Taylor Swift is, how many years old is she? 30 something? Is she still thinking like this? Is she still thinking that this would work? Look, I really want to, give this album a higher score, but given the context of the album, it's really dumb. And some musical material on this album actually sounds kind of good, but in the full picture, you can tell. So the worst song is Ready for It, and the best is Getaway Car. I'm giving Taylor Swift's Reputation a 4 out of 10. So, have you listened to Taylor Swift's Reputation? From 1 to 10, how much would you rate it? Like if you like, hate if you hate, and subscribe if you want more.